Do the clap.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Welcome to the Aftermath Podcast. I'm your host, Simeon.
And Noah.
And this is the first official episode, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm pumped.
Yes. We hope you are too.
So, this is just the start.
So, first things first. What is the Aftermath Podcast? That's probably something you are all kind of wondering. Like, you know, it's a podcast, but all the details may not be clear. So, Noah, go ahead and fill us in.
So, the Aftermath Podcast is basically just going to be talking about whatever we feel like talking about that day, whatever we think is topical at the time. Basically, and we call it the Aftermath because we're filming it after math, because we feel like after math class, our brains will be fried and will just be more funny that way. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. But as Noah said in our teaser, 3 times 0 is still 0 when it comes to funniness.
But
So
hey, it's all good.
it's okay. No, and actually, when we had the idea for this podcast, I was actually in a math class with Noah, but I'm on the Associates in Arts pathway at ACC. So while Noah, who's on the Associates of Science, will be taking another math class this spring, I will not.
He abandoned me.
I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna be the only funny one.
I guess that's what that means.
Yeah.
So we just paused because we're at Alamance Fine Arts Academy recording this, and our dance teacher just walked in, and I'm kind of glad we paused because there's another one. All my notifications are coming through on my Mac from the last 7 days right now.
That's a good soundbite.
Oh, that's
your
great.
phone was going off. Nope, it's just because we don't know how to record stuff.
Yes. Our technology is of the finest quality.
Of course.
Of course. Cheap USB mic and a 2010 MacBook. So,
what more do you need?
all right. So, one more thing, or just a few details about the Aftermath you can note is we're gonna try to upload at least once a month, but
Possibly more
if we're feeling lucky, but don't hold us to even one, right? So if we miss a month, don't send an angry mob after us or something.
Don't come after us with pitchforks and torches, screaming for the next episode.
We won't appreciate that.
We're busy.
We have lives, okay? We might actually be in math class.
This is true.
I won't, but Noah will. All right. So one of the biggest news flashes this month is that it's 2020.
It's 2020,
It's
guys.
2020.
Brand new year, brand new decade.
Yes,
even.
brand new decade. And that means we have plenty to talk about. So we were thinking about starting off our conversation with New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Noah, you suggested it, so...
I think the biggest New Year's resolution, not necessarily for me, but definitely of anybody, is going to the gym, working out more, getting fit. That doesn't last a month with most people, but you know that the gyms are just raking in the cash right now because you got bunches of people coming.
Right.
They're not staying.
I forget,
It's not going to happen.
I actually wrote a paper last semester where I needed that stat for the paper, and I looked it up, and it was something like 12 to 8% of the gym's yearly membership. No, it must have been higher because 12 to 8% for the year isn't that high. Anyway, it was a mind-boggling chunk of new gym memberships that were given out in the first 2 months of the year.
Yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
because of that New Year's resolution, right?
Yeah.
Got to get in shape.
It's a good idea, but I've never really liked the saying "New Year, New You" because you can't just make a spontaneous decision. Once the year starts to become a different person, it takes a long time.
Most people have a problem just handling one New Year's resolution, and
This is true.
For a new you, let's. Okay, this is the official Aftermath opinion. A new you requires at least 5 New Year's resolutions to be maintained.
So 5 years at least.
Yes. So
There you go. If you want to change entirely, just wait 5 years.
right. The new saying is new decade, 2 new yous.
Yeah. There you go.
Awesome. There you go.
So do you have any New Year's resolutions, Simeon?
Yes. Actually, I do. I am going to start reading my Bible more.
Yeah, same actually.
So I used to have a set time every morning to, have a quiet time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then with ACC, I had an 8 a.m. math class, and I had a hard enough time waking up early enough to be there on time.
Yeah.
So I got out of that habit, and so what I'm doing is I'm going for, as soon as I wake up and right before I go to bed, reading the Bible each of those times. But I'm only holding myself to one of those times. So if I get in both, great, but I'm not going to feel like a failure if I miss one.
That's a good idea, yeah. I definitely want to start reading my Bible more as well because of ACC, the tight schedule, it
Right.
definitely took away from that time that I had. I also want to start working out, which I know is now sounding hypocritical based on my previous statements, but I do. I want to get more fit because I didn't really before. So
All right.
we'll see how
That's
that
cool.
goes.
Oh, let's just clarify. Noah and I are not using ACC as an excuse to wash our hands of not reading the Bible.
Right.
Like, we still could have fit it in. We're not saying that, it couldn't have been done, but you know. We yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, last year, actually, I didn't resolve to start working out. Mm-hmm. It just kind of happened. It actually had nothing to do with the new year. No, most people think it was because of Tom Sawyer. Is that what you were thinking?
No. But
Okay. Well, it wasn't. Most people thought it was because of Tom Sawyer. I had a shirtless role in that play. There's no normal way to say that. But most people thought that was the reason I started working out. It actually wasn't. But like, I started before I knew what my role was in that play.
Yeah.
But hey, it was it was a nice.
It worked out.
It worked out. Yeah. Nice pun, Noah.
I didn't even realize it.
Oh, that's great.
Oh gosh.
That's great.
I'm already making dad jokes. This is horrible. This is really bad. Well, one of the big things that happened before the turn of the year and of the decade was the new Star Wars movie came out.
Oh, that's
And
true.
We both saw it the day that it came out, basically.
Yes, because we wait for no man.
Exactly. So, we're just going to give you our honest opinion on that movie, I think. Little movie review.
Okay. It sucked.
Really? I thought you liked it, man.
Well, the Star Wars fan in me liked it. The movie fan in me did not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
So, I don't think the ban on, or not the ban, but the no spoiler rule has been lifted yet. So we can't spoil.
We can't
spoil
key
this
components.
Right, we can't spoil this movie. But I'm assuming that most of our listeners have seen this movie by now.
You guys are up to date.
Yeah. You guys aren't sheltered homeschoolers. No.
Well.
Oh my gosh.
Why are we're 2 episodes in, we've offended 2 groups of people, Baptists and homeschoolers.
We apologize
Profusely.
to our audience for that. No, I don't know, the movie, it was better than The Last Jedi.
For sure.
The Last Jedi was bad.
A disgrace.
But the new movie, there were some parts I did like, and there were some parts that I didn't. I feel like it was a little repetitive of the original trilogy,
For sure.
to be honest. And I don't think Rey is that good of an actress, whoever plays her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. She just has like.
3 basic emotions.
Yes, and she just like cycles through those throughout the entire trilogy, and it got boring.
The thing, I personally did like this movie. I think it was definitely better than The Last Jedi. I don't think it was as good as The Force Awakens.
No, definitely not.
But I did like it. I feel like there were a couple scenes that were a bit cheesy that could have been taken out.
Right.
And I think it was just a bit rushed was its main problem. I feel like if it had been longer, if it had been able to build more, it would have definitely been better.
You're saying the plot felt rushed?
Yeah, the plot itself felt rushed. But overall, I think it was actually a pretty good movie, and I enjoyed it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I enjoyed seeing it once, and I will probably, well, I mean, I'm a Disney Plus subscriber, so I will have access to it. But let's say I wasn't a Disney Plus subscriber, I would still probably end up owning that movie just because I'm a diehard Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't, that might have been the only time I saw that movie.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily was disappointing. I just think it could have been better. It definitely could have been better. It didn't live up to its full potential.
Okay.
Well, since the saga's technically over, I don't think it is. They'll definitely release some more, but
Just
for
milk
now,
it.
It's over. What do you think the best Star Wars movie has been? Including, like, the Star Wars stories. So, Solo and Rogue One.
Oh, including the Star Wars stories. Okay. Definitely Rogue One all the way.
Yeah. Rogue One was really good.
It is my favorite. It was the only here's why I liked Rogue One. In all the other movies involving the rebellion, they were portrayed as these high and mighty, always do the right thing people. But in Rogue One, I felt like it was a more realistic interpretation of doing the wrong things for the right reasons, which is how the rebellion would have had to operate in order to function, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so in the very first scene, the main male character, whatever his name was, I don't remember.
Gosh, I
like,
can't remember either.
He gets information from an informant and then shoots the informant. And I feel like that would have been, like, yes, that's wrong, but that would have been a move that the rebellion would have had to make, you know?
Right, yeah, something like that. I definitely also feel like, out of most of the Star Wars movies anyway, I felt more, like, attached to the characters. There was a lot of great character build and development, and it made me, like, attached to them and care about them. And so, when the end happened, I was legitimately sad because we all know how that turned out.
It wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty. But I don't know. It's definitely up there. I'd say it's probably my favorite, but I mean the original three are great. And I know a lot of people don't like the prequels, but I'm a fan of the prequels, honestly.
I liked
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Clone Wars was real bad.
You mean the series?
The second.
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, sorry.
Anakin's just too much of a meme in that movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Master. I don't like sand. It's coarse and irritating and gets everywhere.
It's just great.
It's
yeah. Yeah, but
okay. Let's move on. We're about ready to wrap this up, but there's one thing that we must address before signing off, and that is the people, the argument of, is the decade actually over? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay? Yes, it is.
The 1 changed to a 2.
Right. In the tens column.
It's over.
It's over. The new one
starts in 2021. Shut up.
Okay. It's just dumb. I mean, they have an argument that's kind of hard to argue against because their thinking is that back in the BC years, it went from 1 BC to 1 AD. There was no year 0. So
This is true.
10 years from year 1 would have been year 11. Therefore, year 11 would have started the new decade. Blah, blah, blah. But just let us have this, please.
We want to think it's a new decade, all right?
We want our 2 new yous. Okay?
We want them so bad, man.
Okay? We're ready. All right?
We're ready. But I mean, yeah, you can't look at something that far back and use it. I mean, think of it this way. We're recording this on a Friday. It could not be Friday. We're counting that somebody has kept up with it since the beginning of time.
That's
it could
true.
very well be a Monday, and we just think it's a Friday.
It's definitely not a Monday. I would feel it if it was a Monday.
You can feel it deep inside of yourself. You can feel
Yesterday
Monday.
felt like a Monday,
This
though.
is true.
So, it's Tuesday, y'all.
It's Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday. All right.
All right, well,
I think that was
that disaster of an episode is over.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Come on.
It was great.
We stumbled over ourselves a little bit, but that's what happens when you have 0 rehearsal time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Just be satisfied with what y'all get, okay?
We're new to this, man. Just don't complain.
Let us figure it out. Jeez. They haven't even...
They're not even saying anything.
They have-
We're just assuming that they are.
They haven't even complained, and we're already defending ourselves. All right.
Oh, well.
See you guys next month.
Peace out.